All right, welcome Diana Steele.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So we are so excited to speak with you, Diana, just leading up to the October 18th mayoral election, knowing that you're a candidate. We and our community and our members at BPW Edmonton are so excited to hear directly from you. So thank you for taking the time today.
No problem.
Awesome. So as you know, BPW Edmonton our vision is to one day have a boundless world where everyone reaches their full potential. So we do that by developing business, professional, and leadership potential in women, primarily through advocacy, education, and empowerment. So can you tell us a little bit about your team and how you will support them in reaching their full potential so that they can support you?
Well, hopefully, if I am elected mayor, there will be more than just one woman on council, ideally. I am a strong fan of women in leadership. It was part of my master's degree was writing about the glass ceiling. That's what my final paper was based on, and just trying to figure out how many women can break through the glass ceiling while also being mothers, because usually we're moms, and so we've kind of got our attention divided a little bit. And I am a mom. I have two boys. They are 11 and 14 years old. And so I've always faced this sort of dilemma between chasing my career, but also being a dedicated mother. But I wanted to try and forge a path for women like me who are ambitious, but also family minded. So that's what I'm trying to do right now is forge a path forward so that I can create a bit of a pathway for women to follow behind me and move into more leadership roles. But personally, I will carry every single woman on my back on my own if I have to. I am a huge fan of seeing women move forward. I love men as well, so don't get me wrong. But I want everyone to be successful, but we just don't have enough women in leadership right now. So it's important for me to try and create that path for them so that they can have a little bit of an easier time moving forward than maybe I'm having right now. So
that's great. And I know, so many of our members are parents, so it's just great to get that perspective from you.
Yeah.
So how do you make sure that you're, building these values within your team and then modeling that for your team?
Again, everyone has their own inherent value system. So I try to encourage everybody to be true to themselves, do what they need to, fulfill their own pathway and dreams. I try to live a pretty open and transparent life, and I encourage people to do the same around me. And I think that if you're open and transparent, it takes you the direction you're supposed to go in. And if you're a leader and you're leading that way, then I think everyone else around you feels comfortable to do it as well. And then everyone is reaching their full potential, ideally, in a perfect world.
It's great. And, this is top of mind for a lot of our members right now, but do you have a specific statement on diversity, equity, and inclusion, or is it something that you have some examples that you could share with us?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's really, they're kind of cliche, but it's you do you, be unapologetically you, and come as you are. I have, I just have no other way to describe it. There's no barriers in my mind for men or women or any ethnic groups of any kind. Just come as you are.
That's
Pretty
great.
easy. Too simple, probably.
Yeah, it's easy to remember too. And okay, digging a little bit more into the details of your platform, what would you say are the highest priority financial challenges facing Edmonton, and what would be your steps to put Edmonton in a stronger financial footing?
Yeah, for sure right now it would be, from my perspective, taking a look at the finances and making sure that we're spending money where we're supposed to be spending money. I hear rumors every now and then. I can't verify anything right now, but I do hear rumors about irresponsible spending, which is frustrating. So just making sure that we're spending money properly, I think that will put us on a good footing right off the bat, because I think we will find things that don't need to be, we don't need to be spending money on right now. And then encouraging good ideas to come forward. So people with great ideas in the city that are often hindered by permit processes or someone who can't see the vision. I'm quite someone who likes to be visionary. I think I'm a visionary individual. I'm pretty open as well to great ideas. So making sure that we have young talent stepping forward and trying to encourage people to open businesses in our city, small to medium businesses that will pay taxes, but then also making sure that we are offering a competitive tax rate, because we do have other areas around us. We've got Sherwood Park and Beaumont, Leduc, St. Albert, those places that are also trying to attract business. So we need to make sure that we are being competitive with our tax rates as well. So.
That's great. You mentioned relating again to the finances, that you want to make sure that we're spending money on the right things and not spending money on the wrong things. So what in your mind would fall into those categories, the wrong things and the right things to be spending on?
Well, I've heard that we've got quite a heavy salary for the city of Edmonton, and are we spending that properly? Do we have the right people in the right jobs? Are we too top heavy? Do we need to review that? I've heard a rumor, and I don't know if this is true or not, that we spend a lot of money on hauling garbage for private business. And I know that community leagues, as an example, we have to pay for our own garbage removal. So if I'm paying for my garbage removal for Crestwood, I expect McDonald's to also be paying for their own garbage removal. So, and that's a large amount of money that I've heard is being spent on that. So those are the types of things I want to look into a little bit more.
Awesome. Just go through it with a fine tooth comb and make sure that
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Great. And related to financial in a lot of ways, what would you say is our number one social issue in the city, and how would you be trying to address that?
So there's two, they're intertwined, and it's homelessness and mental health. Obviously, homelessness has always been a problem for every single city, and mental health has increased significantly with the pandemic. So for me, it would be, that is the number one thing that I want to look into as soon as I arrive into office. It's figuring out homelessness and mental health. So we need more social supports put in place. We need to bring back our safe injection sites. Absolutely. We have to start bringing private industry into our fold. It can't just be public versus private anymore. Everyone needs to take a responsibility, take responsibility in solving this issue and working towards it. I had someone ask me a couple of days ago, well, what's the return on investment for private industry to help you solve homelessness? Well, we have a safer city. People want to live here. They want to open businesses here. That's the return on investment. We're not going to see it overnight, but it is going to happen with time. So we want to provide tiny homes for people and then provide them with nonstop community support so that they can integrate back into society, and then have private industry provide them with employment as well. So that's the plan.
Great. And I totally agree. Impacting all of these social issues has such a ripple effect on finances and on the city as a whole. They are so intertwined.
We can't ignore it anymore. Not that it's been ignored, but it's time to solve it, because it is impacting everything. And I'm done with it. I am done with it.
That's great. I can feel your passion on this topic coming through. So that's fantastic. And Jen, broadly speaking, so we talked about a couple of different issues. What would you say is priority number one when if you were elected? What would be your number one priority going into that role?
I hate to give you a political answer. I'm tied for two. I want to save small and medium businesses that were affected by the pandemic. But homelessness and mental health probably takes the lead on it, because again, solving that or working towards solving that, because you're not going to solve that overnight, but working towards solving that just cleans up so many other things. So for me, as soon as I walk through that door, it is who are the people I need to talk to about getting homelessness and mental health issues solved right now.
That's great. Oh, love that. And okay, are there any other statements that you would want to make or comments for our membership and for our community, so that they could just get to know you better as a leader and understand your values.
Yeah, I mean, what I will tell you is I very much live by the servant leadership philosophy. So for me, I am here to serve the people. I have no political aspirations. I'm not politically connected in any way. So I'm beholden to no one, which I think is very important to continue to keep our municipal system nonpartisan. Um, there are a number of candidates right now who have ties to other parties, and that means that those parties have their hands in those people's pockets. And you may think it doesn't affect you, but I promise you it will. So just do your research. Make sure you are looking into every single candidate. Ask where the money from their donors is coming from. And just, be informed. Be an informed voter. And most importantly, vote. I'm sad that we only get a 30% turnout. That is not enough. We should have way more than 200,000 people in a city of 1 million voting. And this is probably the most important election we have ever faced in our lives, because there are 10 candidates, and 5 of them at least are huge big names in the city. And we've never seen this kind of competition before. And it's likely that whoever wins will win with such a small margin of votes. So it's important to get out and vote.
Yeah, no kidding. There's so many options to choose from, which is, one of the reasons that we're doing this. We want to make sure that people get that, insight into who you really are as a leader. So that's great. So thank you so much for your time today, Diana. It was great to learn more about you as a person and about your platform. So thank you. And we're excited to hear more about your campaign leading up to the October 18th election.
Thank you. Thanks for talking to me today, guys.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.